Hi everyone. Okay, so for this video in our series, we're going to be talking about the Teacher Edition Planning and Pacing Guide. And again, this is for our middle school Into Math series. This specifically is for grade 7. I can see that right down here at the bottom of my front cover. So the Planning and Pacing Guide, you'll see, is a relatively thin resource. It matches up with the Teacher's Edition, so there's some additional resources and tools right here inside of the Planning and Pacing Guide. And I just kind of want to walk through some of those because I think it does a really nice job also of sort of explaining the pedagogy and the organization of the program. So let's dive in. I want to start by jumping over here to the page that kind of talks a little bit about the content architecture. Okay, so what we're looking at here is sort of the philosophy behind Into Math and how we built the program around the idea of student growth. So you'll see just what you come to expect from HMH, that really great content architecture. Of course, the assessments and the data and the reports that go into helping you as a teacher make decisions that will help drive that student growth. And then of course, with HMH, you're going to get that great teacher support that's ongoing and relevant, again, that will help drive that student growth. And that really is at the heart of everything that we've included here in our Into Math program. So let's go a little bit further as we explore a little bit about the program. In our other videos, we've mentioned the learning arc. You know, this is all research-based, and this is something that we brought to Into Math, looking at the best research about how students learn and how students get to a point of procedural fluency. And so you'll see 3 different types of lessons inside of our Into Math program. Conceptual lessons, that's where we're building understanding. You'll see conceptual and procedural lessons. I like to call those the bridging lessons, where we connect the concepts and the skills, and those help bridge our thought process over to that procedural fluency. Okay, so let's go a little bit further and talking about one of the things that goes along with our content architecture that helps drive the professional development and the professional growth for you as teachers, and also that student growth for students. We've included some resources that come directly from this professional development tool, this book called Talk Moves, where we really have incorporated how we should interact with and talk to our students about the math that they're learning. We'll dig more into that in some of our other videos here in this series. Of course, we've got to focus on those 8 mathematical practices and processes. We've paired that with really great questions you can ask and what it will look like, what components of our program will address each of those mathematical practices. Moving on, you'll see we're still talking about content architecture. One of my favorite components of the program is the differentiation that we have included. And so lots of resources and tools here for teachers around language development, several different language routines that will help develop some automaticity for you in the classroom, but also will help your students acquire that math knowledge and that math language. And of course, we've got another video that's just dedicated to this, which is that tabletop flip chart, a great resource for you as the teacher that will help you differentiate your instruction. And again, that's where we really see and drive that student growth. Looking a little bit more at the teacher support, of course, we've got this culture of professional development embedded in the program. You see it throughout things like the Teacher's Edition, this Planning and Pacing Guide, also in our online components. One thing that I want to make sure that I mention, I think this falls under the teacher support, and it really does help drive that student growth, and that is the learning mindset. This is really at the heart of our Into Math program. It's something that we really believe in, that we help our students develop a positive mindset around mathematics. We talk to them like they are mathematicians. We focus on growth instead of fixed mindsets. And again, this is all grounded in the research around mindset and what works. Of course, in the planning and pacing guide, it wouldn't be a planning and pacing guide if we didn't have pacing included. So you'll see here sort of a table of contents and what standards we address as we go. Remember, 3 different types of lessons: the build conceptual understanding lessons, the connecting concepts and skill lessons, and then those apply and practice or procedural fluency lessons. You'll see here recommended pacing and all of the standards that are taught in those lessons. And we have a nice chart up here at the top of each page here in our pacing guide that help you identify which of those standards are major, supporting, and additional. And again, that will help you make decisions at the school level about your own pacing. And then finally, I just want to point out that in the very back of the planning and pacing guide, and then of course available digitally as well, are those really nice anchor charts that we've created for you that you can either use. And again, they're projectable. They're available on the digital platform as well. And I know some teachers will recreate these in their own way, but we've got these here as a guide, and you're able to use these right out of the box. So we've been talking here about a supplemental tool for teachers, the Planning and Pacing Guide, a great resource that complements the Teacher's Edition. Make sure to watch our video in this series on the Teacher's Edition. And again, thanks for watching the unboxing. Please reach out, let us know if you have comments or questions, and be sure to put those comments below this video.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the HMH International Content Cares YouTube channel. If you're looking for more content, click on the video to the right of your screen. Welcome to our global community.